Hey guys, it's Joanna here. So you have a lot of questions for me. I'm going to get straight into them and hopefully you will learn some really interesting and fun facts about me. How often do I work out? Well, I try to work out at least between 4 to 5 times weekly. Most of the time, I get to do at least 4 workouts per week. So I like to aim for at least 2 strength training sessions and 1 HIIT session and also 1 more gentle and easy workout, such as going for a hike outdoors or just running outdoors. So it's a mixture of high intensity strength training and also something fun outdoors. How many pets do I have? Those of you who have been following me on Instagram, you will definitely notice Rusty. So that's my baby boy. I got him about 3.5 years ago, and then I have a cat called Marty. We got him 1 year after Rusty, and also 1 year ago we got another female dog called Nala. So I have 3 pets, 2 dogs and also 1 cat, and they get along really well. What makes me happy? Gosh, what makes me happy? Right now I would say that just being able to spend time with my family members and also my loved ones, because having a really busy schedule, it is always so difficult to be able to find that time to just spend it with my family, especially because my parents, they don't live in the same town as I do. They're about 6 to 8 hours away driving or 1 hour by flight. So whenever they come down to visit me, those weekends will be my happiest weekend, I would say. So it's really about having quality time with my loved ones. What's your biggest fear? My biggest fear would definitely be feeling stagnant and not improving. That's always my biggest fear. Whenever I feel that I'm stuck in the same situation or doing the same things and not progressing and not doing anything different, that's always my biggest fear, because I feel like I'm not growing, I'm not advancing, or I'm not learning something new. So for me, it is very important that I'm always aware of what I'm doing, where I am right now, and how can I keep pushing and how can I keep progressing and growing, whether it's in my own personal life, my career, or even my relationship with my friends and also loved ones. So whenever I feel stagnant, that's when it will really hit me, and I know that, do you know what, Joanna, you gotta do something, you gotta challenge yourself, go out there and do something that you're fearful of. So one thing I always tell myself, do one thing that you're fearful of every single day. What is your biggest fear? Do that. What's the most important thing you have learned throughout your journey of being on YouTube? So when I first started, obviously I didn't just, it was very scary for me to post my first video, knowing that it's not my best video. First of all, it was very awkward, and I had to pretend as though I'm working out to an imaginary audience, and pretty much it's just a camera like right now I'm talking to you. So when I first started, I told myself, you know what, Joanna, 2 things. Take yourself less seriously. Don't take yourself too seriously, because I'm a perfectionist. So I always take myself really seriously, and everything I do, I want it to be perfect, and sometimes if it's not perfect, I'd rather not do it. So one thing I've told myself is take yourself less seriously. Just put yourself out there and see what happens. When you start to take yourself less seriously, you're more bold, you're more adventurous, and you tend to do more things. And by doing more things, you never know what you can achieve. So that's one thing I told myself, take yourself less seriously, and don't really care what others think about you, but care more about what you think about yourself and how you can continue to learn from every mistakes. I wouldn't say mistakes, but every practice. So the more I upload videos, the more I film, the better I become at it. And also the second thing is be shameless. What I mean by that is, if you want something, you got to go out there and get it. Some people come up to me and say, gosh, you're so lucky, you found your dream job. I always tell them, I didn't find my dream job. This job did not exist 10 years ago. Or I didn't tell myself in high school or in college that, you know what, one day I'm going to start filming videos online, because that did not exist back then. So what I'm trying to say is, you got to create your own dream job. You got to create your own goals. Be shameless. If you want something, go out there, do it, ask someone, keep doing it, keep trying until you get it. And even after you get it, keep on pushing and keep on improving. So you can't just sit down and expect opportunities and people to come to you. You got to go out there create your own opportunities. That's what I'm trying to say. So whatever you want, go out there, be shameless and do it. How do you spend your money? So, well, that's a very good question. I would say that I am actually quite a minimalistic person, so I don't own a lot of things. I do own things that I find to be useful. If I need something, then I would get it. The thing is, because I've actually moved 12 times in 11 years. Since I left home, I've moved 12 times. And every time I move, I have to sort of like declutter and get rid of things that I don't need. And the more I move, the more I realize that I don't need a lot of material things. I only need things that would help me with myself, obviously, and also pretty much just basic things. So when it comes to even shopping and all that, I'm not a big shopping person as such. So I prefer to spend my money on experiences. So I love traveling. I would choose to spend my money, travel and see the world and basically buy experiences, because those are moments which you will remember and cherish for life. So for instance, last year I've traveled to, I would say, at least 8 different countries, and I like to even travel with my family, take them on a holiday. For me, those are really valuable moments. So I would definitely say I would choose to buy experiences over material things. Do you have a boyfriend? Well, $1 million question, eh? What do you think? Okay, right, fine, let's get into it. So currently I don't have a boyfriend. My last relationship was actually 3.5 years ago, after I left the UK pretty much. It's not that I don't want to have a boyfriend, it's not that I'm also actively searching, but I would say I'm still waiting, or yeah, who knows, I'm still waiting for the right person. What is the right person, eh? So for me, it's someone that I can really connect with on a deeper level, someone that I can have a conversation with, someone who is spiritual, someone who has I like to call it a sexy mind, so someone that's not just thinking about himself, but someone that really cares about others as well. Someone that wants to help other people, that's really important to me. And also, someone that can be my calming force, because sometimes I can get really, you know, like all over the place. So I need someone that can sort of like calm me down and put me back, you know, like centered me basically. Yeah, so hopefully I'll let you know. What's one thing that people find attractive about you? So whenever I ask someone, what is it about me that is different from other people? A lot of the times I'll get the same answer that whenever someone look at me, whenever they talk to me, they feel and they know that I'm a very strong person. I would agree to a certain extent. I am a strong person. I am very strong in my opinions. I am very strong in the way I do things. I am very strong in my mind, and when I want something, when I know something is right, I will push and, you know, really make it come true. But at the same time, I'm also very vulnerable basically, and people don't see that about me people don't see that about me. But for me, it's not a weakness. I believe that you can be strong and you can also be vulnerable at the same time. Because no matter how strong you are, you will definitely have your down times. Your down times will be when, you know, sometimes I just feel like, you know what, I just don't want to get up sometimes. You know, I just don't want to get up and do what I'm doing right now. And I question myself, why are you doing this, Joanna? Why are you, you know, filming all these videos and continue to create content? You know, you're trying to create a network. Do people really care about it and all that? Then I ask myself, why did you even bother getting started? And whenever I ask myself that question, it's always because I want to be able to reach out to you. So if my video is helping just one person out there, whether it's to make them live a happier life, live a healthier life, eat better, and impacting your surrounding, then I'll continue to film my videos. So you got to find your anchor point in your life. What is one thing that keeps you centered, and what is one thing that will continue to drive you to do what you want to do? So basically, what is your purpose in life? Even if you don't know what's your purpose in life, because I did not know what's my purpose in life before that, but what is your passion? Go towards your passion, keep pushing on that, and eventually you will find your purpose. What's on my bucket list? I want to see narwhal. Narwhal? Is that how you even pronounce it? Basically, it's the sea unicorn. Yeah, that would be a dream come true, really. Yeah, it's a sea unicorn, okay? It's not fake, it's not some fantasy, it exists. And you can pretty much see it, I know, in Canada or Iceland. So hopefully one day I'll be able to travel there and go on an expedition to see narwhal and also polar bears. That will be my ultimate travel bucket list. What has been the highlight of my year? Well, 2017 has been incredible. So many things has happened. I've been on my first cover, but I would say my ultimate highlight has to be hitting the 1 million mark, because I've been on YouTube for 5 years now. 5 years, and being able to achieve that it's not just an accomplishment for myself, but it's also an accomplishment to all of you. Without any one of you, this would not be possible. And also, I would say that the biggest thing I'm grateful for is also my production team. The guy behind the camera, you can't see him right now. The lady behind there, you can't see them right now. But after doing my YouTube channel for 4 years, last year from April onwards, I finally got my own production team, and they have been really, really, really helpful, and they've been a huge blessing. So right now I have people to help me out with filming, editing. It's such a huge burden in a way lifted off, because then I can produce a lot more content, and I have the space to be more creative as well. So yeah, that's what I'm really grateful for. Why did I move back to Malaysia? If you have been following my channel for more than 4 years, you'll notice that I started when I was in the UK, and then I moved back to Malaysia 3 years ago. So I was living in the UK for 4 years, Cardiff and also London. And then 3 years ago, I decided that I'm going to move back to Malaysia. First of all, I felt that with online, I can pretty much film and do my videos anywhere in the world. But at the same time, I mean, I don't know whether you've experienced this before, but living away from your family members, when you only get to see them once a year and you realize that, gosh, my parents are aging and where have I been all these years? That really hit me real hard. When I was there, I remember seeing my dad about, like 5 years ago, and he's like, yeah, daddy is still healthy and all that. And then I remember when I visited him, I'm like, gosh, has he really aged? And that hit me quite hard, and I told myself, do I want to continue to stay there, or do I want to be able to spend more time with my family? I would say that's the main reason of me moving back, because I felt that I wasn't being able to spend more time with my family, and that my parents are just living their life and somehow they're aging and I'm not there. And also another reason is I felt that the fitness industry in Malaysia, it is still very young, it is still growing, and I felt that there will be more opportunities for me here. And to begin with, when I first moved back, I was still questioning myself at that time. Did I make the right decision? Am I going to regret it? But looking back now, I've not regretted my decision at all. Now, at least I get to see my parents once a month, and definitely I have been given so much more opportunities here, including setting up my own studio and having my own production team. What's your biggest advice to someone who wants to okay, sorry. Lack of sleep, okay, this is what happens. People don't see that, but lack of sleep. I've been sleeping, I don't want to say, but 5 hours. Setting up this whole studio took me 1 month, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm not complaining. It's been a blessing. Right, let's move on. What's your biggest advice to new YouTubers, basically? So, new YouTubers. First of all, don't start a channel just for the sake of starting a channel. Don't start a channel just because you want to be a YouTuber. Don't do that. It's not going to last you very long. So start a channel and know what is it that you really want to share with your audience on your channel. That's the first thing, okay? And remember that when you first start your channel, don't expect your channel to just boom and whoa, 100,000 subscribers or 1 million. It doesn't work that way. Expect 10 views, expect like 10 subscribers to begin with, but that's okay because that's how we get started. Everybody has to start somewhere. And don't stop there, don't give up. So if you ask me 3 things that we all should strive to have is, first of all, consistency. Be consistent with your content, be consistent with your upload schedule, and be consistent with the type of content that you want to put out there. Tell yourself, I'm gonna upload at least once a week. So then when your audience or your followers come back to your channel, they will know when to expect your video, okay? And secondly, know your value. Why are you doing what you're doing? What kind of content that you want to put out there, and what is it that you're offering to your audience? And the final part is discipline. Discipline, discipline, discipline. I mean, whether it's starting a YouTube channel, whether it's working out, whether it's in your career, everything really revolves around discipline. Motivation only brings you that far, but discipline will bring you to another level. So this leads on to my next point really. A lot of you ask me, how do you stay motivated when it comes to working out? I'm not always motivated, especially when I'm really tired. I'm not motivated to work out all the time. But when you have discipline, when you have instilled that discipline, you will make yourself go to the gym or do something active, because then you know that you will gain the reward afterwards. So even if you don't feel motivated, well, heck, when you tell yourself, you know what, I don't feel motivated, that's when you should be hitting the gym, or you should be doing something that you don't want to do. Where do I see myself in 5 years' time? Sitting on this chair, feeling 5 years older, and still doing this. Maybe with a baby in my arm. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Where do I see myself in 5 years' time? Definitely still sharing online content, but I definitely see it on a bigger scale. So that is why I started Her Network last year. It's because I don't just want to do this on my own anymore. I want to be able to share my platform with other female creators out there. When it comes to fitness, I only know that much. But when you're able to collaborate with other like-minded people, and when you're able to collaborate with other people who has different sets of knowledge, together you're able to share so much more. And I hope that you all will continue to support Her Network. I know that some people find that, you know what, I don't want any of this content. I just want Joanna's content. Let's be open, let's just stay open. And I really believe that all these contents will offer you a lot more. What's one thing you wish you could do better? The more success you have, it comes with more responsibility as well. And with more responsibility, I'm always stressing myself out. I'm always pressurizing myself because I feel that to a certain extent, I'm not as connected with you guys. And that's what I really feel. Before that, when my channel was a lot smaller, when I have less followers, I could reply to each and every one of you. But now, it is just impossible. So sometimes when I read the comments, sometimes when I scroll through the comments, I really want to reply to all of you because I know that your questions are really important to you and you're really seeking help. But at the same time, I just physically and mentally am not able to answer to all your questions. So that's one thing I really wish I could do better. Hence, that's the reason why I want to do more of this type of videos, to be able to answer your questions and hopefully help you through your fitness journey as well. But I hope that you guys will understand this, and yeah, that's one thing I really wish I could do better, and sometimes I do feel deep down, I really feel guilty about it. Right guys, I really hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope that you got to know me better on a personal level. Let me know what other questions you have in the comments below, and you know what, let's just do this more often. Let me know what other questions you have, and hopefully I'll be able to stream live as well in the future. And do check out my YouTube channel, subscribe if you haven't yet done it. I will be having a lot more workout videos, recipes, and also fitness tips coming your way. And all the best!